Good afternoon, everybody, and hello, welcome, and how are you all today? Well, as you've realised, I've had a week off. Went off down to Cardiff to visit my son. Hang on, I'm just about to check and make sure whether I've actually gone live over here. Let's see. Okay, let's have a look over here. Oh, and I think this is Ben coming with me. Isn't it? Nothing happens for ages and then everything happens all at once. Anyway, good day. It is. Is that mine?
Yes.
Oh my God, I've got one of those wonderful yogurts as well.
Yes, you deserve it.
I deserve it. Yes, I definitely deserve it. Hello, Laurie J. How are you? Jackie Holcroft. Hello, Dot Halliday. Hello, Dot as well. Yeah, it does appear that I am going live there. Fabulous. Nicola McCune. How are you? Happy birthday for last week. As you can see by the title here as well, I wanted to talk about the whole love and light today. It was something that Ben was talking about earlier on, and I thought, you know what? I'm just coming on and I'm just going to address it with all you guys as well. Carmen, good to see you on here. Jan Oakes as well. Hello, Jan. Good to see you. Pat Taylor as well. Hi, girls. It's fabulous to see all of you. Did you miss me, by the way? Did you miss me? A week. I didn't mean to take a week. I was only going to take a couple of days, I've got to say. But then, of course, it's so easy once you're in that mode, isn't it? Just to carry on doing that. You know, like sit back, feet up, you know, that sort of thing. But one thing that I've heard over the last few days, right, is, oh, Martin King is also here as well. Beth Simmering. I'm seeing them come up quicker on my phone than I am on here. Can I just tell you that? Good to see you on here, Beth. Leanne Nicholas. Hello, Leanne. Lorna Scullion. Hi, Lorna. How are you, darling? I missed you all too as well. In fact, and Jonathan, how are you, sweetheart? Good to see you on here. I nearly pressed the supernatural one as I was about to broadcast. I thought, oh God, I better not, in case, in case basically, well, hang on a wee minute. Right, that's okay. My next client is just telling me that she's already just about there, 5 minutes away, and I'm like, too early. Anyway, so Jonathan, I was about to press the go live in Supernatural and I didn't, and then you popped up. So that's fantastic, isn't it? I probably should have done that. Thank you, Sheena. I think having a few days off has probably done me the world of good, to be honest with you. But you get so set in that. Leanne says, yes, hello from, are you down in Miskin, Leanne? That's just where we've come from, isn't it? It's a gorgeous place there. It's the gardens. Once you're actually out in those gardens, you don't want to come out of them, honestly. It won Wales in Bloom for about the last 8 years in a row, and you can see why. All right. Glad that you're doing really well, Lorna. Tilly is also in the house too. All right. Leanne, if it wasn't for the fact the hotel's shut because they would been doing work in the hotel. Katie, how are you, sweetheart? It was your birthday the other week. Happy birthday to you, and I hope you're doing great. Probably do a session before long because I haven't spoken for ages. And Fiona is hello from London. Guys, where are you all? Oh, Sheena Aspinall is there as well. Hello. Listen, it's been great. And John, I've broken. Oh, for Christ's sake, John, what have you done now? Honestly, what have you done? I don't know whether you've broken it. Can you not get on anymore? Is that what's happened? You can't break Facebook. We're supposed to be going to the woods just shortly. I feel like I want to sing, if you go down in the woods today. It probably is a big surprise. Oh, my God. And tomorrow's Freaky Friday as well. And John has dared me to go in those woods tomorrow night when it's dark. So, guys, if you want it after, I've got a client after this. Then we're popping off to the woods, John and I, although virtually, can I just say. And then tomorrow being Freaky Friday, I'm going to go in dark. And I mean dark. And there's quite a story to tell with that. But I've done a video and I'm putting it up tomorrow. So you'll have to wait until then to find out all the goss on that. So we've got Jackie Holcroft from East London that's there. John has broken Facebook again, Jonathan, right? It's not the first time. You're absolutely right. It is not the first time. Right, so we've got Chelsea Mead is also watching. Hi, Chelsea. It's good to see you on here. And guys, I will be back later on as well. Got some lives planned for today, but I wanted to check in with you all, see how you're all doing. I was triggered earlier on because Ben was on Twitter and he was on about love and light, and I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to come on and talk about this. I need to talk about it. What's your take on love and light? Do you get your hackles up as well, like I do? Because I do. It's one thing that really irritates me. People sign emails, love and light. If they, oh, you tried to do your group. Hang on. John said, I tried to do my group thing and it won't stop ringing. Maybe that's because everybody's going in there, John, ringing. Thank Christ. Is it actually ringing, or is it just like buzzing? Dawn McLaughlin, hello to you as well, sweetheart. It's good to see you on here. Norma is in the house too. Susan Milson. Wow. Debbie Martin as well. How are you? Debbie, you were in my mind this morning. Quite interesting to see you on here. I'm on here to talk about the love and light, right? Love and Light Brigade, I call it. Pat's from Banff in Aberdeenshire. All right, so we've got East London, we've got London, we've got Miskin down in Cardiff as well. I'm up in Scotland. Katie is from Sydney in Australia as well. Beth, no, I haven't found Betsy yet. It is, and I've been away. She's had a week to show up, by the way. She's not there. I'm getting to the stage where I'm going to message everybody. The last people that were here that I remember being around was actually my dad and my stepmom. Now, my dad's not this way inclined at all. Let me tell you, it's not this way inclined. And it was Ben that said, she was sitting right there when your dad and Dorothy came, and I was like, well, Dorothy brought her own coffee and everything. They sat at a distance from us, right? I don't even remember her bringing her handbag in from the car. So that's very bizarre, very, very bizarre. So maybe she knows something we don't. So she will show up. Caroline, hello, Lara. It kept getting me out, but then it crashed. Letting me out, but then it crashed. Is that to do with John's Facebook group, Caroline? Right, it's crashed. Oh, my God. Yvonne Kerry's on as well. The love and light thing. Thank you, Yvonne. Somebody after my own heart there. There we go. Philip is in the house as well. Shona Bladdock is from Edinburgh, so we've got another Edinburgh girl. Yvonne, is it Carlisle you're in, or is it like... it is Carlisle, isn't it? Yeah, Lorna Jones as well is in the house. Looking forward to seeing more of you, Lorna. It's good to see you on here. Yay! Scotland, of course. Beth, you're in Scotland too. You're down Gretna way, aren't you? I think Scotland could be winning out here, guys. I think it could. Let's talk about the love and light thing. Jonathan, you're going to be switching this off after we've talked about it. But the love and light thing, I don't know where that was coined from, that whole love and light. It was only when I was talking with a client yesterday that I said it's actually more to do with, I'm not a light worker, I'm a dark worker, right? I'm more into, I go into the dark to shine the light. Now, dark workers are not something that we know an awful lot about, right? Amanda as well, Amanda Iyer, good to see you, Amanda. It's not, is it? The whole dark worker thing is... It sounds a bit more, I won't say what I say with love and light. John, thank you. That's probably why you and I get on so well. We actually do see things in a similar way, right? Love and light, like that. If they sign the emails, I look at the email and I won't read it, right? It just has a trigger. I think when you're used to working in the, problems, basically, we're a problem solver. I'm a problem solver. John's a problem solver, right? We solve problems in real time and virtually as well. Never mind your computers. I'm talking like etherically here. All right. And what your views on that, they might vary, but when you're born that way, it's not really up. See broken Facebook. John, was there love and lighters on there? Now, if you tell me there's love and lighters on there, then I'm going to believe you. I am going to believe you, because that's probably why Facebook has broken. Tara Murney is a fellow empath is in the house. Say hello to Tara as well. And I see she's tagged Lance Brooks in it too, another empath. So he'll probably be stampeding on just shortly. But a big hello to all you guys. One child back in school. Lorna, the gods are smiling. You have a child back in school. Of course, it comes with other worries as well, I suppose. Yeah, Carmen, there you go. So, Carmen, if that saying is making you cringe, right, this is reality here, right? It's because you're not a light worker. You're actually a dark worker. So you get that feeling come up that's opposing, right, that which is being said. So it's a bit, basically, when somebody tells me no, I start to feel like that anyway, because it gives me that kind of paradox, that wall, if you want to call it, for my intuition, my feelings, my thoughts, right? If I have an opposing opinion to that, it comes up. I don't necessarily say it, it just comes up. But also, if I don't say it, my intuition as well also will bring me that too. Love and light in the form of a fart. There we go. Finally said it. Love and light in the form of a fart. Actually, you could set fire to that as well, John. Let me tell you, that's actually brought me. I've got this hell of a mental image, right? Hell of a mental image. Okay, the only people I've ever known say that are the least spiritual people I ever met. Jess Rayner, hello, good. I am glad that you brought that up, because let me tell you, see, it's all about loving yourself, okay? If you're spreading love and light with everybody else, then you're not loving yourself. It's as simple as that, right? So if you're not doing that, it flags up to people like myself, right? Lorna, it'd be great to do. Ben was talking about past life as well earlier on, and I really felt myself get inspired about that. I love doing the past life, let me tell you, so I can't wait to do it with you. It is like that snapshot into a personal history. Honestly, it's just, and it has such an effect on shifting in your life now, right? You get to see clarity on patterns that you've repeated throughout your time, throughout your whole incarnation, right? There's the girl herself, Michelle Kidd. Michelle, I know you've not put a comment up there, but that's the girl I was talking to yesterday when we we're talking about love and light. We're talking about light workers, and then we're talking about dark workers, right, as well. And she's like, oh, I've never heard of dark worker. There's not as much put out there about dark workers, because generally they are working in the dark. We don't see ourselves look like dark workers. We just roll the sleeves up, and there's something within us, right? And Tara will relate to this as well. As an empath, as somebody who's fundamentally wired that way, fundamentally wired. Katie, you will love it, let me tell you, right? It shines. If you feel stuck, in fact, guys, if any of you are watching this right now, if you're feeling stuck, right, in your life, a past life regression, oh my God, that will shift you massively, okay, into another dimension within your life now. Yes, Dawn, I'm so empathic. Now, somebody messaged me on my thread about empaths the other day, and they were saying about empathy and empath, right? And there is a difference. Tara will actually back me up with this. I think that we all have the ability to be, to have empathy, to feel empathy for another. All right. So feel that compassion, to feel, like, oh my God, you feel the way that they do momentarily in that moment, right? And you get that relation so that you can get that feeling of sympathy, of alignment with them at that time. So they're going through a really hard time. You get that. Nicole Nectar, 100% worth doing. There's the girl. Absolutely, Nicole. You know all about that. Definitely. All right. The empathy part and being an empath is different. As an empath, you're wired that way. It comes with a whole load more of wiring stuff going on, right? It's about really learning who you really are at a core, right? And most empaths get stuck in survival mode, right? And it took me a while. It took me many years to actually work out how to get from there, because I felt like I was just going around in the same place time and time again. In fact, I started to call it the crazy 8. Right? You get up, you go back out, you help, because we're wired to helping, to serving, right? Even with my business clients, I tell them serve, 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 make an offer, call to action, right? But you take that out of the business realm, then it also is in everyday life where we serve, 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 right? We then give that solution. Thanks so much, Shona, for the stars, sweetheart. Mwah. Love you loads, and fabulous to have you on here. And we're talking about service in life. If you're an empath, really the directive is we serve, 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 right? Other people, other situations. It's all about making other people live their best life, to help, to lift, to shine a light. Bear with me, because that's also about the dark worker bit as well, isn't it? To shine a light. Now, guys, I might be wrong. Sheena, I'm glad you understand that. Yep, I might be wrong. But can you only see the light in the dark, or can you see the light in the light? Now, I know when it's light, you think it's light, don't you? And if I were to put my phone on with a torch right now, you would see that I'm shining a light. But to really get the whole depth of that light, to appreciate the light, for the light to be attracting, for you to work your way toward, you need to see it in the dark, don't you? So guess what? Look, you get yourself into shit situations, okay? And it goes, you've been in that before, haven't you? Where it just, no matter what you do, it just doesn't seem to go right. Yeah. You let go of the attachment to it actually working out, to the attachment to thinking you control in making it work out. And then before you know it, something happens, right? That light is shone, whether it be a person, an opportunity, a situation, a letter, communication, somebody like John coming on and shining a light, for argument's sake, Tara coming on and shining a light. Then it gives you that direction, that path, doesn't it, in order to follow that, right, to take you to or into the light. So getting at this whole love and light thing, for that brief moment, it's like love and light, and then they're moving on and doing something else. They're not actually spending time helping you show the way forward, to show you the light forward. They're just saying it. So that, Ben and I were talking this morning, that I find my way around better at dark. There you go. Exactly. Now, dark workers do, Lorna, right? So you're learning something about yourself today, is that when you become accustomed to the dark, now I'm not saying you stay in a toxic situation. I'm not saying that you get comfortable with that. And sometimes, guys, we get comfortable with that, right? And it's hard to come out your comfort zone, right? It is. It's hard to come out. We get used to that. We get used to the bed that we're sleeping in, the people that we're staying with, the financial situation that we're in. It can be quite a stretch to come out of that, right? Because it causes pain. If you stretch an elastic band, it's tight, doesn't it? You feel stretched. It feels painful, right? Shining your own light and speak out, says Dawn. Absolutely. Dawn, if you've been living like a hermit or feeling like you've been in this room, right, you're regrouping. We just term it. We vocally term it a different way. We rebrand it. We reframe it, right? Is that you respect the inner self, because she is regrouping. She wants to assess the situation, right? To come at it in a different energy. But getting back to that energy, when Ben and I were talking earlier, we're thinking this whole love thing, most people, when they say love and light, is because they're detached from the idea of loving themselves, from the actual application of loving ourselves. Think about it, even as women, right? Forgive me a minute, guys, but even as women, from an early age, we put makeup on, don't we? We learn to pretty ourselves up, okay? We learn to have our hair done in a certain ways. Like my mum's a hairdresser, so I was brought up in hair salons, right? I got to see this at first glance. And back in those days, women didn't get their hair done with men round about them. They had a separate barber shop for that, right? They had a separate barber shop. So it's not the done thing, all right? Jesus Christ shows the way. He is a light to follow. All right. Scrap the whole idea of Jesus Christ. That's just a name that you give to it. All right. Silver Feminiscate, right? Loving the name, by the way, right? Jesus Christ is just a name to give. We are all made in his image, right? So we all have the ability, the same as him, right? But he showed the way, right? And it's the Bible is, my God, they've got a PR team there. All right. They have a PR team there. It's the biggest selling book even today. So it is. Right. Let's see, without getting into the whole religious thing. I know we've been here before. My mum's a spiritualist and very good at that. But I know I've been here before, the feelings and energy I get. And I've been through far too much of my age, and I'm still here when I shouldn't be. I know I am strong. Good. Right. We're actually made of carbon. A large portion of ourselves carbon. Now, diamonds are also made of carbon. Okay. So when carbon is put under extreme heat pressure, right? Think I fixed it. Good, John. I'm glad you goddamn fixed that, right? Amanda, thank you so much for the star, sweetheart. Mwah, love you loads. And thanks so much for being here. So, Stephanie, we are like diamonds, right? When we're under extreme pressure and heat, right, from circumstances as a human being, right, we become diamond-esque. All right, we become able to filter the energy, the cosmic energy, right? And we what happens when light hits, say, a crystal that's in the window, it starts to radiate and it goes off in all different colors, doesn't it? Well, we're like that as well. All right, we're like that as well. So Shona Bladlock is saying, we'll be back on late energy to feed my 8-week. Oh my God, would love to see a picture of your gorgeous little kitten, 1-year-old female chocolate Labrador, a pointer called Willow. Love pointers. I used to have a pointer spaniel. Very energetic, Shona. Look forward to seeing you on later. I'm going to go after this. I've got a client, then I'm going into the woods with John, virtually, of course. And then after that, later on, I'll be coming back on and doing some readings. I just wanted to catch up with you all. Yeah, Stephanie, I'm so glad you understand what I'm talking about. I just wanted to catch up with you all, share about the whole love and light thing, wanted to make you think about that, basically, right? To think about are you a light worker or are you a dark worker? If you feel attracted into the dark to shine the light for other people, then the chances are you're a dark worker, right? Also, the people that spread the love and light, they are disconnected from themselves. All right, LaDonna Churchwell, it's good to see you on here. And Ruth is on as well. Heather McAvoy. Hello, Heather. Good to have you on here. And J. Marie Todd is on as well. Fabulous. I haven't said a quick shout out for anybody here. I got so carried away with myself. So it's about getting back to love. It's about getting back to connecting with the inner you. After all, that's what meditation is all about as well. Meditation is about connecting to the inner you. So if anything, guys, I just wanted to show up here. I wanted to say to you, share with you, look, let's get back. Is it really an incredible notion to actually love ourselves, right? It's not an entitlement. It's not a selfish thing. It's self-love. Change it from selfish to be selfish to protect your energy. So sometimes you're in a room, sometimes you're in that place. Tell James I was asking after him as well, Norma. And I hope he's sleeping a bit better too. I think that as women and men as well, as more evolved men, there's so much more distraction going on out there. There's so much more I suppose stuff pulling you out, like even social media, she says, being on social media. But there's so much going on that's taking a little piece of us, right? As we work our way along, it takes our energy, it takes our thoughts, steals our emotions, starts to make us think that we feel differently about things compared to what we do normally, right? And then we're sitting there at the end of the day feeling like shit, feeling like something's missing, and we can't really identify it, when in actual fact, it's really the connection to ourself. It is. And I'll fully put my hand up and go, you know, I've had, Christ, if you'd spoken to John an hour before, John's like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, actually, I'm feeling a bit low. I think during a week off, there comes a point where it's like, I'm just not used to it. I think that's what it is. And, you know, there's always the feeling of letting you guys down as well. I love coming on here too. I love to hang out with you guys, right? So I am vowing to show up more often. John and I have got some amazing stuff planned. Wait till you see. All right, but I'm not, he's sworn me to secrecy. Shh, so I'm not allowed to say too much. But if we can start off, right, I'm vowing to really connect to myself a bit more, right? Yes, Tara, turning off the TV. Fabulous. As an empath as well. In fact, I've moved the big TV up in the bedroom upstairs. Can I just say that, right? So there's now the 2 big TVs up there. Is that it's conditioning, right? It's like, so many people, you guys, do you know how many people message me about the way that they're feeling? And when I work it out, it's actually because there's so many conspiracies out there. I've even seen it on my main page, right? Some very well-known people that are talking about Q, talking about conspiracies, talking about the Nazara Fund. I call it Nazara, Jazara, and Bandana Fund. Fuck off. Jesus Christ, listen, 5 years, 6 years that's been going on for, right? The conspiracy that there's money hidden in the world somewhere and everybody's bank accounts are going to be getting zeroed. In fact, don't even get me started on that. Conspiracy, I can spot it a 50-mile radius, because somebody like myself who is very much, and we call it the term spiritual, right? We call it spiritual, but can I just say, it's maybe just a name we've given it to you, right? That somebody has given it at some point. But when you're used to working in that energy between what you're physically seeing and what's on the other side of that, right, you start to learn a thing or two and reframe stuff and can see stuff that nobody else generally pays attention to. And let me tell you that once you see it, you can't unsee it. I've even noticed some spiritual people out there that have totally got sucked in by the whole conspiracy thing about, there's only ever, do you know, I looked into it, since 1940 there's only ever been 2 conspiracies that have been proven right. The rest is just all hearsay. And now with the whole social media side of things, stuff is traveling faster. People are buying into the whole hype of everything. They want to feel a belonging with all that. Listen to me, a belonging. When in actual fact, the belonging should start with yourself, the loving yourself. Don't bother emailing anybody love and light. Don't bother turfing that out to other people when you haven't got a grip of it within yourself. Connecting to your heart, connecting to your soul, connecting to your love for you. Because my God, when that happens, your electromagnetic energy, right, is just, it grows. And when it grows, you can attract all manners of stuff in. Exactly, Tara. It's fear-based. My God, Tara is on a roll here, guys. Right? She has been messaging like a mofo. It is so clear. And as an empath, right? And guys, if you're even remotely thinking that you're an empath, go and sign up for my phone. Click on the link in the explanation section and go and check out my 4 empath videos and see if you are an empath. The fact that you are vibing, because you vibe in with the people that are like yourself, all right? The fact that you're vibing in, right, says something, right? Like unto like here. And if you've been looking to see who you are, how you operate, and how you can get out of the stuck place that you're in and go into the success place of your life and reframe who you really are, and it's something that you need to watch, sign up for it, and join me on my program that's due to start very, very shortly. Okay, so it's an energy thing. Kate Carter, good afternoon to you as well. That's it, Tara. Love yourself first. Sprinkle that shit everywhere. Exactly. You love you, grow your magnetic force field, and when you're in a room, it automatically, because we're all connected, gets transferred everywhere. All right, guys, listen, thanks for joining me here, sweethearts. I will be back later. I'm going to be popping off to do a client now. I'm popping back on into the woods with John. So watch my notifications, guys. Set your notifications if you haven't done already. Hit the bell so that it notifies you. It's a rebirth, Dawn. And guys, in the COVID time and coming through that, and there's other places going into lockdown, we are in we've got an opportunity to rebirth ourselves here. Be like Madonna, reinvent. She's already shown us the way, guys. Anyway, lots of love. I will be back later to do readings. And before I do that, I will be out in those damn woods. Are you with me? Are you? Because I'm needing you with me. I am terrified. Honestly, and Ben can't even come because he's with a client. He's like, I'm like, oh no, wilting like a wallflower. Anyway, speak to you later. Michelle Kidd, good to see you on here. Lots of love, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye for now. Thanks for listening. Bye.